a chance, we can make it. Yeah, hold on, hold. It's what I'm saying, but the words don't come out right. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm floating around like a lost astronaut. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm coming in hot, baby, ready to go. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Friday Night Paracrew podcast. How are we all doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I know I've had a long week. What about you guys? You guys had a long week? I don't know. Must be something in the water. I have no idea. But anyway, tonight, a couple of things before we bring on our wonderful guests. And David, just joking, brother. If you look up in this corner right here, that is actually a QR code to a very, very special fundraiser that I have to be a part of. I have to support just because of what and who it's for. For those of you who remember a couple months back, I mentioned that there was a family that was struck with a bunch of tragedy between losing family members in a house fire, and then also a young lady that got hit by a vehicle during the middle of a fundraiser. You guys remember that they are requesting help again. I'm not going to go into details. I heard the story from not just my coworker, but a good friend of mine. But let's just say there were some things that happened, and they're asking for some help. I will say this though: the young lady who was hit, Isabella, is doing phenomenal. Surgery went well. Everything's going good for her. She is still in a wheelchair, but they are hoping that I'm hoping to hear by Monday that she's able to at least put some weight on the leg that got hurt. We'll just say it that way. But they are asking for some help. So in the link in the description, or if you can scan that QR code. I want to thank none other than Raymond from Newsom Paranormal for setting that up. Go there and help if you can. If you can't, at least share it out, please. They are far from their goal. They do need some help. So please, guys, help them out. So I think we left our guests in the back long enough. So we're going to start. David, sorry, brother. Ladies first. From Dragon Paranormal Links over in the UK. Say, please, guys, give a very warm welcome to Gemma. Welcome. And Nikki and Anya. I don't want to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. Holy shit. I actually said a name right. I'm terrible with names. I am terrible with names. Ladies, welcome to the show. And thank you so much for staying up late because I know it's early in the morning for you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to the show. I hope you guys are as well.
Yes.
But are you all doing all right, though? You guys doing good?
Yeah. Just trying to keep our eyes open.
Well, if this is any consolation, I did take a peek in your earlier live. I saw your live video about an hour and a half ago. You went live for a little bit. I was in the chat. I was saying hi. I like to do that. That was me. And everyone, please help me welcome back for, what is it now, David? 4 or 5 times? I don't know. I lost count. One of the newest brothers in our P3 family from Hope Paranormal, David Hope. What's up, brother?
How y'all doing tonight?
I have no idea. We'll figure
Good
that
morning.
out later. Yes. Good morning to the ladies. So guys, as we always like to do in this show, we are very interactive with our audience. So it'd be rude to not say hello. So let's say hello to them real fast and we'll get into this. Ron from RRLC Paranormal up there in Canada. What's up, brother? How you doing? And then we have AJ Capasso from Talking with the Source. What's up, brother? Coventry Circle. David Hale. David, you weren't first tonight. Are you okay? You're late. David's usually about 15 minutes early for the show. I see his comments before we even begin. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Squeakers is on the wrong side. This is my co-host, Sarah Russell. Squeakers, actually, she goes by. Facebook user. I was scheduled to be on Spectre Radio. They were a no-show. I don't know. I'm not Spectre Radio. I'm sorry. And our other brother, Raymond Newsom. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight? And then David is saying hello to everybody on the panel. So, David, we already know who you are, and we know what team you're from. Ladies, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Well, yeah, I'm Gemma from Dragon Paranormal Links, and these ladies are as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm Nikki.
Anya.
Nice. So the first thing I want to ask, Dragon Paranormal Links. Love that name. Where did that come from?
We came up with it between us, didn't we, really?
Yeah. It's not very paranormal, really, but it's mystical.
Dragons are supernatural creatures.
Well, yeah, they are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. No, they definitely are. And I guess you consider that a cryptid, so it fits. If it's in the paranormal. But I absolutely love the name. And I don't know, you guys have got to go check out their Facebook page. There is the cutest dragon I have ever seen in my life. This little yellow dragon. Now, two questions. One, who came up with that? And two, does it have a name?
I think that's one that you found, didn't it, Gemma? On our private page.
Yeah, it's
On the picture that you've got of us on it, that has actually got a drawing on it that Anya did. That's on our private page.
Yeah, that's on the cover photo. So the dragon on the cover photo is the one that Anya did. Yeah, but the thingy one, I just found it. The
little green one or yellow one.
Yeah.
It is adorable. I will say that. It is absolutely adorable. It's a lot better of a drawing than I can do. I can do a really good stick figure, but that's about it. Other than that, forget about it. And even my stick figures are questionable. So how long have you ladies been in the paranormal field?
Well, I think about doing it together probably about 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
Now,
about 4 years.
Now, how did you guys meet? How did this come about? How did Dragon Paranormal come about?
Well, we actually met originally through another group. We were part of another group, and we was introduced to each other that way. But we built up, I would say, a relationship from there, really, didn't we, between us all?
Yeah. I'll say 3 of us are family.
So what? I mean, I don't mean to pry, but so what? You guys were on this team and just decided you're just going to do your own thing then, and just the 3 of you were like,
yeah, because basically we won't go into any details, but we just say that it didn't work out well within the other group, so we ended up forming our own.
It seems to happen a lot, doesn't it? You find that even here in the States, and I know David, you've probably seen it too, brother, where you're a part of a team, everything seems to be going well, and all of a sudden just something happens. I don't get it. I don't get it. But the main thing though is obviously you guys are moving forward, and I actually saw your guys' live, like I said earlier, and you seem to be doing great. You seem to be having a great time, having fun.
Yeah. I mean, we do try and do that as well, because obviously there is times when you have to be, where you're more serious, but we try and just have fun as well, and then be interact with people as well when they're watching, and you know what I mean, just things like that, really.
So then let me ask you guys this then. Have you been in the paranormal field your entire life, or what got you into the field?
Well, for me personally, my story, I think we've all got our own stories, but mine started from being really young. So I used to see spirit faces when I was a child.
Okay.
Before the age of 4, this was. So it started with that, and then we had this big, I would say, a dark entity in a house. So it started there. So I had quite a traumatic experience with one. So I was actually physically attacked.
Fair enough.
And it's with me, it's gone from there. But it's always been something with me, I can't come away from it. It always seems to come back to me or come after me, or however you want to wear it. It's wear it. It's it's there, so I can't ignore it. Yeah. But now I have a much better understanding of things. So yeah, mine's quite a long story, really. So.
Well, Gemma, you're not alone, because I know before I started Paranormal Consultant, I had my own team here in Central Pennsylvania, and I walked away from them. I was like, nope, I'm going to just shut it down. And I know you ladies are, too, about, the drama and the issues in the field. We kind of were talking about that backstage. But I just had enough of it. I wanted to help. I wanted to, help people, help teams, help spirits. And a lot of the investigators wanted money. They wanted to make money, and they would do everything and anything they could to do it. And I said, well, you're doing that on your own. So I left. I said, I'm done. And I did.
House was like 40 people.
Well, that was San Diego. San Diego.
Oh, okay.
I had a team of 47 investigators.
Yes.
And I ended up getting rid of all of them. I said, nope, you're all done. We're all going to start over. But no, this one, I just was like, no, this last one, I said, I can't do it. I'm not doing it anymore. So I walked away, and I was going to stay away until I got that itch again. So they say, I just wanted to be in the field.
The thing is, if you've had experiences, what I find and stuff, that literally, like I said, right, for me, I think it is this way for a lot of people. You cannot walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. It will come after you. You will see something. You will hear something. You will feel something. You will be around somebody. You will start talking about it. It's just, you can't walk away.
Yep. And that somebody that I ran into is in the room. And that's this guy. This is Scott Morton from Warren Area Society of Paranormal. We call him on the show Mr. Fedora, and he's just being a smartass. So don't mind him. But love you, brother. But no, actually, for me, it was Mackenzie, my wife. She's the one who came up with Paranormal Consultant. I told her, I said, I wish I could just do something to help. And she said, what about a consultant? I'm like, paranormal consultant. I like that. It has a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it, yeah.
And then I met Scott, and then it just took off. So, Mark, no, Mark. You guys are spelling Steelers all wrong. And speaking, now you're really getting in.
Well, he's a consultant as well.
I'm gonna consult that. I'm gonna consult you guys on how to spell Steelers. But so let's start with you, Nikki. What about you? Have you always been in the field, or what got you started?
Well, I almost died when I was younger. And I also had an imaginary friend, which I later found out was a little girl that lived in the house where I lived, but she'd passed away. And it's just something that I've always been interested in. I've always had I don't know what you'd call it. A what?
A pull. You've been pulled towards it.
Yeah. It's just something that draws me to it. I've always been fascinated by it. Always. I've always wanted to know what is out there. And it's just, I don't know. It's just one of them things you can't describe it.
There you go. A calling, maybe.
Yeah.
That like a calling.
Yeah. I don't claim to be an empath or anything like that. But I have got senses, but I've not really worked on them to get them where they should be. Maybe. But yeah, it's just. I will get round to it. It's just, I'm just enjoying doing what I'm doing.
And that's the point. That is 100% the point, Nikki. And that's what it's supposed to be. And we even said this backstage too. Everybody that we talk to and we work with is the same way. We do this because it's a passion. We love it. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy helping our clients, the spirits, and each other. And that's awesome. That is awesome. And Mark, that is no excuse. So, and Jonathan has your back there, David. I'm outnumbered here. Where are my Steelers fans at? And speaking of UK, we were saying also to get on backstage that we have some people in the UK. Here's another one. This is Robin from Haffern Paranormal. He does the other co-host for Talking with the Source with AJ. So Anya, you're up. What about you?
You're a witch.
I mean, pretty much the same as what she said, really, but I was always more interested in supernatural from the side of more like witchcraft. That's really more my kind of thing.
Oddly, you should say that. My wife is Wiccan. I'm a Christian ordained minister, and I married a
Oh, I am
Wiccan.
too.
Are you? It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. My wife and I, we actually met in a cemetery. We were out on an
Cool.
investigation. She was on another team. I was running this one here in Pennsylvania, and we met in the cemetery. And long story short, there you go. But yeah, she's Wiccan. She made the mistake. She fed me. So yeah, she fed me. I knew where food was, and I wasn't leaving. So Anya, let me ask you this then. Being Wiccan, what element do you pull towards?
Pardon?
What element?
What element do you pull towards?
Earth.
You're an earth? Okay. She's
Yeah.
fire. She's fire. And it shows. She has a temper. I love her to death. She has a temper. So you're more grounded, more central, and more kind of mellow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty much.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, do you have a coven, or is it just yourself?
It's just yourself.
I'm
Isn't
gonna
it?
say it's just myself. I don't really rather keep things like that to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Private, innit?
sure, we did an investigation not so long back. And Gemma, can you remember who was at Wheelsby Woods
In Witch's Circle.
in the Witches' Circle?
Mhm.
And we got a spirit through who told us that Anya was actually the head of a coven.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, we did remember when we did one board and was asking them that we asked if they knew me as well, and was it Manda? And they said
Yeah.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Now,
it
is
would
there-
be.
Now, is there a lot? Is there a lot of like the metaphysical or the occult, as some call it, out in your area over in the UK, or is it like pretty sporadic?
Well,
I think it's pretty sporadic,
I
isn't
would
it?
say it's pretty. It is now.
I mean, you get the shops and
lot
stores
more
and things like that, but
Mhm.
it's not sort of. It's not in your face. If it's there, it's very behind closed
You
doors.
have to hunt for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is here though. It is here. It's in this town.
Yeah.
I think
It's just knowing where it is. It's just knowing people that do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so there are metaphysical stores and supply chains that you can get your supplies from, but it's not like every street corner.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wondered that because like here in Pennsylvania, like it's very religious. The paranormal isn't something that's, out in front of everybody either. So they're here, but they're few and far between. So I've always been curious about that. All right. So David,
Yes.
what have you been up to? What has Hope Paranormal been up to?
Just solid labor here lately, unfortunately. I thought I was going to have a building last weekend, but the owner never gotten back in contact with me.
Okay. All right.
And
You have
I was
anything?
real disappointed because it was going to be a good one.
Well, hopefully you can make it to the events coming up.
I plan on it.
I know you heard about the Fear Fest. I know you heard
Right,
about
right.
Fear Fest. That's down your way. But do you have anything else lined up for Hope? Or I know you have some merch coming out. You want to tell everyone about that?
Well, I was just going to hand them out here locally. But
Okay.
yes, I got the Hope Paranormal stickers ordered. They just got to be, sent this way.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm hoping that there's not a problem with the shipping like everything else is nowadays.
It depends on who you get it from.
Right.
So
Our postal service is on strike pretty much all next month.
really?
Yeah.
So what are you guys supposed to do? Like, do you guys get out of your bills then? Like, you get an electric bill or a
No,
water
we
bill?
don't. No, we don't get out of them, unfortunately.
No. Like, I didn't get a bill in the mail, so I don't know how much to pay.
That's
What
like
bill?
an
I didn't
obvious
get no
that's
bill.
supposed to be coming.
Sorry.
That's like my good friend and a coworker ordered an obulus for me.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, it's been a month. And he's like, oh, it's shipping. And he redid it again, you know, got with him on it. Another month passed. And I told him, man, just forget it. You know, get your money back.
Where's he shipping
Yeah.
it from? Antarctica?
That's what I'm wondering, you know.
I don't know.
And then he tried somewhere else. It was the same thing. And finally, I just told him, man, forget it. You know.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So speaking about equipment, ladies, what kind of equipment do you guys use?
Box standard.
All kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've just got basic. We use our phones to record. We've got
a camera, but
we've got a camera, but it's not a very good
it's
one.
rubbish.
It keeps cutting out on me. Either that or it's the spirits that don't like it. We've got a voice recorder. We have a grid pen. We have REM pod. What else have we got?
I've got a REM doll now.
Oh, yeah, we've got a REM doll
Nope.
And bear.
and bear.
We've music boxes.
We have
Blueberry.
3 Ouija boards.
A music
Yeah,
box.
Yeah, music box.
pendulum.
Basically, just
Well,
Yeah,
your cards and your pendulums too.
It sounds like you've got quite a bit.
I've got a
it's,
lot.
it's stuff we've just
a lot
it's just stuff
of
we've
power
built
and
up.
love.
Oh yeah, rods.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, some people think that, and I've said this before on the show, but going back to the whole money thing, we're not here to make money. We're here to freaking spend money. And, you know, our equipment's not cheap.
I think we have spirits here with us at the minute. Because we keep going dark.
I know, because I heard them.
I was gonna say I see you guys. Well, I see you guys and I don't see you guys, and I see you guys and I don't see you guys. It's kind of back and forth. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
so either
it's always doing that at Nikki's house with the lighting.
Yeah.
And also, you'll notice anytime we do lives and things as well from there, you will see the camera like it will zoom in and out.
Oh, mine just does that because it hates me.
No, it's not like continuously, but it will do it. And we even had occasion where I think we've aired voice as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we through the camera, and where something's physically manifested as well, where you see it, where it looks like
look, we're going dark.
someone's hand on the screen.
You know what the lighting reminds me of, and I know you guys know this, and then David, you should know this too. When you go to a theater, like an old like Broadway theater for plays and stuff, when they're ready for seating, the lights start dimming.
They start flashing, like
yeah, that's what that reminds me of. It's like you're sitting there talking to somebody, all of a sudden lights go out. It's like, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You continue your conversation, they go out again. We used to stop and like make up your mind, or you know that guy who's doing it is loving his job, just sitting there with the dimmer switch, just up and down. I would. But as far as it manifesting, that reminds me of you guys aren't alone. There's another gentleman that we work with, Howard Petrie. He's from Pear Lakes. He's from that one of the pages I was telling you about. He has on live had the audience tell him of something manifesting behind him, and he's got a couple of great screenshots. And I've seen a couple. David, I think you were in the one show. You were in the audience when we saw that light.
Just last week.
Yeah, that was that light the black mask blocked out that light behind him. But,
Right.
It's funny. We always have, and I don't know, because you guys do your own podcast too. So another reason, folks, to go over and check these ladies out. But during the shows, I'm sure you guys have had your technical issues as well. But it seems like all of us have problems. When we start really getting into the paranormal, it's just something happens. What do you think that is? Do you think that's spirits trying to get our attention? Or
it's spirit, yeah. I think if you go into it more as well, I think it's like anything. I think it's sort of like your relationship filled up. Okay. Sometimes it's who you have around you, sometimes it's who's protecting you, and other times it's other ones just coming through, passing through.
Or sometimes they just want you to go and get lost.
Yeah, they'll tell you to get out or whatever.
Maybe they're trying to get our attention. They want to be on camera too. They're like, well, you guys are talking, I'm being ignored. So one thing I want to ask you guys is, what do you think the biggest difference, or what do you see as the biggest difference between investigating in the UK than here in the States?
You've got more abandoned buildings over there.
No, that's the economy. That does that to you.
Let's say that. So you seem to have bigger places and stuff as well.
Yeah.
We haven't really got as many places here, really. Whereas, I mean, you've got like asylums and old hospitals, and if we have anything like that, they usually get knocked down, or what do you call it? Refurbished and maybe built into flats, or apartments and stuff. So we don't really get that opportunity to go into a place that's a couple of 100 years old.
We do have old places. England does have old places though as well. We've got the history. England.
We have got places, Gemma, but we can't always go to them.
No, but there is old places here as well. So.
Now, what do you ladies think of styles of investigating? Like, do you ladies see a difference in styles between the UK and the US?
I don't think so. I think you get some of the ones that like to be like flamboyant and stuff anywhere, but I think we're all sort of pretty much do the same thing.
Okay. All right. I always like to ask people overseas that question because, like I know in Australia, they investigate. It's just their style is different. Like you bring your culture to the investigation, like whether it's for phrasing, stuff like that. It's not just the general questions. David, brother, same to you. Do you see a difference? Only we'll flip it. Do you see a difference in the UK style to here in the US?
No, not really. We're all looking for the same answer. You know,
that's fair. Are you okay?
The only thing about doing it here, though, is where you're at in the United States.
Okay. How
like
so?
If you have a EVP come through in Spanish, you know, you might be down like South Texas.
I see it. I hate to interrupt you, David.
Or
but
if you're by a real heavily Native American spot, you know, you may have somebody speaking one of the Indian languages. You know, how do you decipher that coming through your recorder?
Very true.
Yeah.
Sorry, David. I was a little distracted. I saw a cat. I have.
This is Pepper.
Oh, so adorable. It reminds me of my cat. His name's Riku, and looks kind of the same, but Riku is fluffy. He's a long and he is just a big old fluff ball. That is adorable. All right, guys. So it's about the halfway mark. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. So do not go anywhere. We're gonna be playing the P3 video. Yeah. And we're also going to be playing a new one. So we'll be back. And don't go anywhere.
To this crew, yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity. We always let it slide. It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive. You know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Now roll back time. Tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time. That's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done. But you all know full well that we only just begun. Yeah. We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't cut and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Yo, I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick, or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die.
It's been coming up like sun above. It's making us come together. Been making plans and joining hands. Come by me, stand and come together. When they know we've had enough, they'll try and call our bluff. But no, there's no stopping us. We're making a promise. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. They say we're weak when we don't speak, but they don't see us come together. Behind closed doors, we choose love, not war. It's at our core when we come together. They will hear us loud and clear. We'll walk right through the fear. And then once we'll all appear and say, we're standing right here, come on. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
a little bit
moved.
of an echo. I was like, hearing weird voices. So we are here. We're back with Dragon Paranormal Links and Hope Paranormal. And we were just talking about kind of investigation styles, talked about how you ladies got into the field. And before we continue, Keith actually has a really good question for you ladies. And you know what, David, we'll throw it at you too, brother. Who is your favorite USA paranormal researcher or investigator?
I don't know.
Annie knows this already. I don't want to sound corny, but my favourite one is Zach Bagans.
Don't want to sound predictable.
You know,
Um,
I actually met him, Nikki.
Did you? You're lucky.
He's lucky. He's lucky he didn't go to the hospital. I'm serious. I'm serious. He's very arrogant, very rude.
He does seem that way. He does seem that way.
Told by somebody else about him.
He's my hot button. I mean, he gets me like it. I don't like him at all. And the reason why I say that, Nikki, is because of my experience. Otherwise, I wouldn't really, wouldn't bother me either way. When they did the Cosmopolitan Hotel and the Casa de Estudio in San Diego, California, my team and I were there 2 weeks prior to them being there. And they interviewed us, well, me, about my experiences, which we had some great experiences. They ended up using a guy named Michael Brown in the episode who has never investigated it, who's never really investigated anything. And I also heard that from the staff themselves that a couple people quit that night that he was there. He removed every guest in the Cosmopolitan Hotel just so he could have it for himself. He treated.
I think it has gone to his head. I think when he first started, like when you watch the first few episodes of Ghost Adventures and stuff, you can see that it's like just a group of guys going and But I think as it's gone on, I mean, it's 20 odd years later, and it has gone to his head. He's more showman now.
Well, I mean, I congratulate him on the career of his museum. That's great. That's great. Museum, which means he doesn't need to act. He can just run it and go away. But to me, it's a bad thing for someone to be in this field and say, number one, everything's demonic. I mean, you're being attacked every single time. I'm sorry, but if you're being attacked every single time you go out and investigate, that's the spirits telling you to get out of the field at that point.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong, aren't you?
Yeah. So
you got to feel for Aaron.
Hey, Jenna, we know someone that says that, don't we?
Yeah, to me, that's it's disrespectful. It's to the spirits anyway.
Now,
I noticed that with them,
I understand. I understand they need ratings. I get it. I 100% get it. But I've said this before. If you're going to fake evidence in this field and create videos or any type of content, put a disclaimer for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Or at the end or the beginning, the events that you are about to see are recreated or, faked. They do not reflect anything in the field, blah, blah, blah. Something. Put something in the shows, and they don't do it. And that's what makes all of us look stupid, in my opinion. All of us actual investigators, because of people like him. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. If anybody likes him, by all means, God bless you. God bless you. But me personally, I can investigate better than him anywhere, any place, anytime, one-on-one. Let's go.
I've seen some people that I actually like. I mean, I used to watch Ghost Adventures and stuff all the time, but I think the Foreman brothers.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them.
Yeah,
and I think they're good. I think the way that they work is good, and it doesn't seem like they are big-headed. And I think when they do stuff, to me, it looks like they take it seriously, and it looks like they help people.
Oh,
yeah,
That's what it should be. That's what it should be in this field. And we said it earlier: help the spirits, help our clients, and help each other. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the Forbes, they've just released a new video
Oh,
on
did ya?
YouTube.
You've been watching them now, Nick.
I like watching the Forbes, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I'll tell you who Anya likes. What? What? Yeah,
Now,
I'll
see-
tell you who Anya likes because she's having a drink. She likes Colby Brock
And
Sam Goldback. Is that his name?
Sam Colby.
Yeah, Sam and Colby.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. And Anya, I must say, brava. Drinking out of a 2-liter? Absolutely. Much respect there. 100%.
Mine.
And if somebody else is on top of it, that's more points. I do that to my wife all the time. She'll get a soda and I'll just grab it and be like, yeah, it's mine now, and walk away.
Yeah, I suppose I've got to let her have some. She's my daughter, isn't she? So
David, kind of same question. We're going to switch it on you, though. Who's your favorite
Well, I was
UK? Who's your favorite UK?
I was going to say the Foreman Brothers also, you know, because I think, well, they use the Necrophonics app, you know, a lot.
Mhm.
And people ask me all the time, you put faith in that? You know, I mean, because there's a lot of issues, you know, and it don't work unless it's on airplane mode or it's just for entertainment, you know, but it seems to work out pretty damn good for them.
it does. We get some good communication through these spirit apps, don't we, Jem?
Yeah, we use Necrophonics what Amanda's got in it, and we use Dead Wave, and also that what was it, Echo Box? We do.
For the Vox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, I don't have a problem with the apps or really any piece of equipment as long as you can validate. As long as you can validate what you're getting, your responses.
The
By
way
all
that some of the things have come out for us though has been quite good on it. Like
Yeah.
And the empty word bank ones as well.
Yeah. I don't know if you know of Amy's Crypt. I don't know
Yes.
if you've seen the Australian lady and
Okay,
her
yeah.
husband. They actually invented the Ghost Tube Box, which is a
Oh,
spirit
yeah.
app. And it's not actually got any wording in it. It's like it's just a blank box. It's got no word in it. So what comes through is actually just like spirit voice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's
and when we used it last week, it had quite a lot on, didn't it? It was
Yeah.
saying quite a few.
You've got no white noise there. It's
You
just
have the- Okay.
that's cool. Yeah, like
I'll
I
have
said,
to check that out.
I mean, as long as you can get your validation, I mean, by all means. I mean, if it works, it works. I know there's a lot of times, like I've tried the Necrophonics and it says, man or adult, but I get a young female that comes through on an EVP. It's like you can't validate that. You know what I mean? Or an older gentleman. It's all about validation. But some of them do work, and I just like anything else, it's hit or miss because this field is not an exact science. We're still trying to figure it out. Now that being said, we talked about what equipment you ladies have, but what's your favorite? What's your go-to? What's the first thing you're grabbing as soon as you go to a haunted location?
it depends what location it is. We have investigated a few like people's houses, and there's certain equipment I wouldn't use.
That we don't even take.
Yeah, like a Ouija board.
Yeah, no spirit boards and people want to.
It will just be basically the rods, K2s, pendulum,
Flashy balls.
yeah, all them sort of things. It won't be anything like a Ouija board or anything that can do some real damage. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we did do it once when we was before we really got established. We went to somebody's house and we did take the Ouija board, but they wanted us to do the Ouija board,
You did. And no.
and we was getting sworn at and everything, called all the names under the sun.
I love
So
when that
I won't do it anymore. I won't do it in somebody else's house.
Because you open that portal.
You learn, you learn quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you learn quickly.
But it's good evidence, though.
It is, but I do like the board. I think that is one of my favourite pieces of equipment.
Yeah, one of my favourites is I like the dowsing rods, but the other one I actually love as well as the music box. I love the music box.
I'm right there with you with the dowsing rods. I'm right there with you. Now, here's a question: since you like the dowsing rods, do you find that you get a lot of interference with, like, maybe underground watersheds or water tables?
I wouldn't say so. No, not really.
Okay.
Not when we've used them. I find them to be really good as well because you obviously build up with your questions with the dowsing rods, don't you? And it's sort of basically like a it's a yes/no response, really.
Yep.
Similar to the pendulum to me, but dowsing rods, I think they might be one of the older forms, but the better.
They've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Show off.
Got them right here, baby.
See, the problem at least I have here where I'm located in the States is there's a lot of underground, like, water tables or a lot of underground streams and creeks, so it throws off the readings. A lot of times you have to do basically a geological report before an investigation. You have to know what's underground, and if there's a water table, there's no point in taking the dowsing rods.
But water can be a good thing as well.
Absolutely. That's where you take the pendulum.
Good energy source.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where you take your pendulum instead. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, you can only find that you get like a lot of activity sort of in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
We do.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my pendulum just to go straight out instead of just hanging. I'm just waiting for it to just point and just guide me. I think that'd be great.
Anya, what about you? What's your favorite? What's your go-to?
I'd probably either say the rods or the pendulum.
You like doing automatic writing, don't you?
Yeah, but that's not really equipment, is it? That's pen and paper.
yeah, that's isn't it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like the Estes one.
Estes method.
Yeah.
That is a fun experiment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you watch us, that estimate that we do quite regularly, we started it up and it just went really well. So sometimes the things go together really good, don't they? Like the questions and what comes out. Other times it's not so good.
And also to try and validate stuff, we will do things like 2 sets of dowsing rods at the same time.
There you go.
To see if we can get the same response on both of them. We've done that a few times, and we've actually got responses the same.
Yeah, 3 in it. We tried 3, but
I think 3 is a bit too much.
Yeah, because then we have the K2 and everything else on at the same time.
Yeah, so we have done 2 sets of dowsing rods, and we got quite a lot of good responses from both of them. And we also do the blind spirit board.
Ooh. I was just thinking, am I daring enough to do it? But yeah, I am. Yeah.
You just always make sure you've got somebody who's sighted in the room, somebody who can answer the question when other people are blindfolded when you do it for safety reasons.
Yeah. See, I'm one of those
to where I will just run into a situation. If there's like a dark corner or a basement or an attic, and it's like all creepy and like horror movie, like killer movie, slasher movie type, I will be the first one to run in there with a K2 meter and a recorder saying, "Let's go, let's have some fun."
Yeah, Anya. We also call her. We've got a nickname for her. She's the Wandering Witch because
I love it.
if we went out somewhere, she will wander off.
She's gone. She's gone.
Explore.
Right here. That's
Yeah.
we did.
She's like an urban explorer, this one.
See,
I know to where I'm going.
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm right there with you. When we went to
Yeah.
USS North Carolina, my wife had to basically hold on to I had a hoodie on, so she was like holding on to my hoodie, and I'm just walking through like, let's have some fun. So this is a question for everyone here, and David, we'll start with you. So it's kind of a double question. So the first side, do you use crystals or any type of gemstones, and if so, your favorite?
Tiger eye.
What kind? There's a lot of them.
No, tiger's eye.
Yeah, which one? Brown, red, green, orange,
Brown.
blue, purple.
Brown. Yes.
Oh,
Always.
brown. Okay.
Even since I was little,
Crystal.
I've always had bracelets, rings. It'd be like a band of them around it.
Hey?
First course
You
is
know?
nice.
And second would be turquoise. You know?
Turquoise. Being from Texas, I wouldn't assume anything less from you. Gemma, what about you? What's your favorite?
It's hard. We're doing a crystals topic as well in my group. There's so many, literally so many. I've got quite a few all over the place in my house. Ones that I always seem to have though, no matter what, is rose quartz and amethyst.
Oh, love amethyst. Such a multi-versatile stone. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a few different ones, but definitely rose quartz and amethyst all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have them. Do you know what I mean? As well, but it seems to be my go-to.
Now, you said you had a pendulum. What do you have? Rose quartz on the pendulum point, or
Right? Yeah. So I do actually have a clear one, which I was given. Clear quartz. I also have a rose quartz and a rainbow.
okay? Bless you.
I remember the rainbow.
Yeah, I use my rainbow one quite a lot. It's got like the different colours as well up it that represents the seventh.
Because you're about to end your series on the
anyway.
stone,
Exactly.
if I'm right.
What?
Am I right?
Sorry, what, David?
You're about to end your series on the stones.
Yeah,
Aren't you?
yeah. Yeah, it's my last one on Sunday, and then I'll be moving on to another topic.
See, that's one reason why I love David and I love our community is we're all over. There's a P3 family member everywhere. We may not be out there and out in the middle of it, but we're watching and we see and try to help. I love it.
Yeah, so I do like readings and stuff as well, so people are always welcome to come along for that anytime they want as well.
Sounds like fun.
And pretty accurate.
It's been a while since I've gotten a reading.
She's very good.
You'll definitely be seeing me. I mean, my wife did a tarot 3-card on me, and I think those are broken. I thought those were broken. I don't know. Maybe she needs to change the batteries or something. I don't know. But
sometimes some of the things with the readings they are a bit blunt. But you can't. I don't know. You can't sugarcoat everything. Sometimes you gotta say things as they are.
Well, and that's the thing. You just gotta react. Just don't think about it. Just react. So, Nikki, what about you? Are you a stone girl? You like the gemstones?
I do. like Gemma, I've got rose quartz pendulums, I've got amethyst, I've got clear quartz. I've got quite a few. I've got turquoise ones.
Wow.
Fill with the collection.
Yeah, I've got onyx, obsidian, tiger's eye. I've got quite a few of them, but my favourite is amethyst.
I'll tell you what, if you ladies ever get over here to the States and you come my way, there is actually a place not too far that actually has some raw obsidian. Get right out of the streams. I'll take you ladies up to it. You guys can pick whatever you want, many you want. Fill a backpack full of it. I don't care.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places here in Pennsylvania that has a lot of gem mines and stuff like that. And a lot of creeks that you just wouldn't even realize. Like, we've got quartz everywhere, literally everywhere. A lot of smoky quartz and rose quartz, just everywhere. So,
I think the only sort of stone we've got here is limestone.
hey, that's not too bad either. You take limestone with you.
I mean, I've got some in my garden and stuff on the pond. Rocks that was collected and outside the back door and some on the windowsill as well.
All right,
Something gifted to me, so yeah.
Anya, what about you? And this ought to be interesting, folks, because if you don't know or you didn't hear, she is actually an earth element. And, you know, the favorite stone for an earth element is always interesting. I mean, being a fire, my wife is kind of like on the nose what she likes. So,
Please say acne or amethyst.
A what? A gate.
Or amethyst.
A gate or amethyst, she said.
Interesting. I wasn't expecting that one, actually. I was actually thinking obsidian or some kind of, different type of grounding stone. That's more leaning towards the water type. I like that. I really love that. I like that.
all right. So I got two more questions for you, ladies, and we'll get you out of here because I know it's early, and by early morning.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Witching hour, perfect investigation time.
I've been awake 10 hours.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you so much.
So this is a question that gets around in our community a lot, and usually I put my own little spin on it because it's a running joke that I stole this question from one of our other friends and family members. But Brian, I'm going to be nice tonight. So if we gave you ladies, and David, throw you in too, brother, with this one. If we give everybody a bag of money, you can go anywhere you want, all expenses paid. You have all the time in the world. Where are you guys going? Top of the list. And Anya, we'll start with you this time.
Do I actually want to go in there for a paranormal?
No, you go anywhere you want. Anywhere.
Anywhere you want, do whatever you want.
Alaska.
Where?
Alaska.
Alaska.
I'll meet you there.
Too cold for me.
Colder the better.
No. Yeah, she said, does it have to be paranormal reason?
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
Because that's like right up there on the list for me.
Yeah, which is strange. I thought you would have said,
Oh, we're going to say one.
yeah.
But I feel like that's a cliche, really.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Something to do with witches and, stuff like that.
Salem's actually, I think, a 6 or 8 hour drive from me. It's not too bad. I've been there.
Yeah.
But no, Alaska's good too because there is a lot of activity up in Alaska. No, not a lot of people know that there's the Alaskan gold rush. A lot of miners did parachute up that way.
It's true.
A lot of history.
Okay, Nikki, what about you? Where are you?
I would like to go and I'd like to come over to the States and go to Waverly Hills, New Orleans, Yeah. I'd love to do the Stanley Hotel.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Trans-Allegheny Asylum. Oh, there's loads of places I'd love to do over in America. Loads.
Trans-Allegheny. Well, here you go. This will help you out. And I'm glad we can talk more. But Trans-Allegheny is only about a 6-hour drive as well from me. New Orleans, we actually work with a lot of great people, like right here from Paralinks. Howard Petrie, we talked to earlier. He's from New Orleans. We know people in Colorado. We know people pretty much all over the U.S. So anywhere you go, we can get you. And it's always interesting to hear Trans-Allegheny. And I will let you know, Waverly. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's a little bit of a lawsuit going on right now.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, it's a big mess. So we're just kind of staying away from that, letting them get that mess settled. So,
Yeah.
But we'll have more information about that in one of my other shows. I'm trying to get some people on who know a lot more about it than I do, so that way everyone gets correct information.
Yeah. So that's on my list. They're on my list, them places.
Nice, very nice. Emma, what about you?
Where are you off to? Where are you packing your bag?
Well, there's loads of places I'd like to see. Obviously, America, there's a lot of places. Canada as well. I'd love to Canada. But I think actually I'd go on a cruise because it's something that I've always wanted to do. I'm really, really drawn to the sea, and I love boats, and I have since I was young. So a cruise is what I'd do.
So here's one for you. We talked about Jonathan Myers earlier, one of our brothers. He said about the Bermuda Triangle. Would you ever investigate the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah.
You can think about it by all means, but
Yeah. No, I don't need to think about it. Yeah.
People back.
No, I would.
as soon as you said that, that's the first thing that came to mind. Is like, go right to
Yeah.
the Caribbean, do the Bermuda Triangle, have fun.
Yeah.
David, what about you, brother?
I'm still hanging in there with Vlad's Castle
Mm-hmm.
or
Where?
Egypt.
Oh, Bram's. Oh, yeah.
No,
I thought you
not
said
Bram.
that.
Besh's castle.
Yeah.
Not Bram Stoker's castle.
No.
Vlad's
Vlad. I can't even say his
Dracula.
name, but yeah.
Vladimir.
The Impaler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dracula. Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I thought Aggie would have said that as well, but she.
Not to
What's that,
take
David?
anything away from Brahms, because it's a beautiful
Sorry?
castle in itself.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So the last
Oh, yeah,
question
either
is.
one would be nice.
That's fair.
So my last question for everybody, and it's the most important one that I ask all night long. Would you like to come back for a part 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, think about
Not
it. By
at
all
2
means.
o'clock in the morning, though, please.
No. I do apologize. I did not realize that you guys were that far away, and I was like, okay, because we're all booked up until April. So a lot of these people that are coming up on the podcast, I find out and I, talk to if I haven't heard of them yet, and I find out the week of. So that way I get to know them a little bit. I get to see them, and but I'm not like I don't know everything about them because I like learning and talking with you folks.
Yeah.
But when I heard about the UK, I was like, what did we do? Why a Friday night? That's like 5 hours for them. They're gonna be so mad. But I do appreciate you ladies for taking with us. Much love to you guys. And what we'll do is let's see. Well, maybe we can do
Back at you. Where are you? Back at you guys.
we can do an early show sometime. I'll make sure it's earlier. I do appreciate it. David, you don't have to answer that because I know you're coming back. I send you a link. You're here. You're as bad as I
I
am.
hope so.
All right, ladies, David, thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. It's been a wonderful night. I learned a lot about you guys, learned a lot about your culture, everything about you guys. Can't wait to have you back on.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
for
much.
having us.
Yeah,
Anytime.
thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was a wonderful show. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So if you want to see more of Dragon Paranormal Links, their links are in the description. So go ahead. And I even threw out their YouTube in the description as well. So please run over there and subscribe. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, because I'll tell you what, these ladies deserve it. They do a lot of hard work, and they're very good at what they do. And David's on there too. So if you want to do David, no, I love David. But I always love talking with our family from across the seas because it puts a different perspective on what we do here. You know, we wish we're over there doing, you know, the castles and, you know, all this history, and they wish the same. And it's really cool. It's really cool. And we make some really good connections and friends, if not family. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show just as much as I did. Please come back Monday night at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern time for the Paracrew podcast. I've got something special up my sleeve, so just have to join in and find out. So from all of us here at the Paracrew podcast, thank you so much for your support. We love you guys so much. I guess there's only one thing left for me to say. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.